the Beaconsfield Gold Mine, located in the small town of Beaconsfield in Tasmania. Australia has a rich history dating back to its establishment in 1877. It was one of the richest gold mines in Australia, contributing significantly to the local economy. Over the years, the mine saw periods of boom and bust, with operations ceasing in 1914 due to flooding and later resuming in the late 20th century. In 1999, the Beaconsfield Gold Mine was reopened by Beaconsfield Mine Joint Venture, a partnership between Allstate Explorations NL and Beaconsfield Gold NL. The mine was known for its narrow vein mining, a labor-intensive process requiring skilled miners to extract gold from narrow seams of quartz embedded in rock. This method of mining necessitated the use of explosives, heavy machinery, and careful planning to ensure the safety of the workers. On April 25, 2006, the night shift at the Beaconsfield Gold Mine was progressing as usual. A crew of 17 miners was working deep underground, approximately 1 kilometer below the surface. Among them were Brant, Webb, Todd Russell, and Larry Knight, who were all experienced miners with years of service in the industry. Webb and Russell were operating a telehandler, a versatile piece of equipment used for lifting and moving materials. Their task that night was to transport mining debris and reinforce the walls of the mine to prevent collapses. The work was physically demanding and required constant vigilance due to the inherent dangers of underground mining. At 9:26 p.m., the routine of the night shift was shattered by a sudden and violent tremor. The seismic event, measuring 2.3 on the Richter scale, was enough to destabilize the rock structure within the mine. The tremor triggered a massive rockfall, causing a catastrophic collapse that sent tons of rock and debris cascading into the tunnels. Webb, Russell, and Knight were caught in the midst of the collapse. Larry Knight was struck by falling rocks and tragically lost his life. Webb and Russell, however, were inside the telehandler cage, which provided a crucial buffer against the falling debris. The cage's reinforced steel structure created a small pocket of air, allowing them to survive the initial collapse. News of the collapse reached the surface quickly, and the mine's emergency protocols were activated. Rescue teams, comprising mine workers, emergency services, and specialized rescue personnel, were mobilized immediately. The primary goal was to assess the situation, locate the missing miners, and initiate a rescue operation. The initial hours were fraught with uncertainty. The mine was evacuated to prevent further casualties, and the rescue teams faced a daunting task. The collapsed area was highly unstable, with the constant threat of additional rockfalls making it perilous to enter. The rescuers had to navigate through a maze of debris and narrow tunnels, all while dealing with the psychological pressure of knowing their colleagues were trapped below. For 5 days, rescuers worked tirelessly, but hopes of finding Webb and Russell alive were beginning to fade. Then, on April 30, 2006, came a breakthrough. Rescuers heard faint tapping sounds emanating from deep within the mine. Using specialized listening devices and seismic sensors, they were able to pinpoint the source of the sounds, confirming that Webb and Russell were alive. The realization that the miners were still alive brought a renewed sense of urgency and determination to the rescue operation. The rescue teams redoubled their efforts, carefully planning the next steps to reach the trapped miners without causing further collapses. Webb and Russell's survival instincts and resourcefulness played a crucial role during their 14-day entrapment. Trapped in a confined space, they had to manage their limited resources meticulously. They had access to a small supply of water from the telehandler's water system, which they rationed carefully. Without any food, they had to endure hunger and the physical toll it took on their bodies. To maintain their spirits and mental well-being, Webb and Russell kept themselves occupied. They sang songs, shared stories, and even made light of their situation with jokes. Their camaraderie and mutual support helped them stay strong, despite the harsh conditions and the uncertainty of their rescue. The rescue operation was a logistical and technical challenge of immense proportions. The initial plan involved drilling a new tunnel to reach the miners, but the unstable conditions of the mine required a more cautious approach. The rescue teams decided to proceed with a combination of drilling and blasting to create a safe passage. This method required precision and patience, as any miscalculation could trigger further collapses. The rescuers used a range of heavy machinery and specialized equipment to remove debris and drill through solid rock. Progress was slow due to the hardness of the rock and the need to ensure the safety of both the trapped miners and the rescue teams. The operation was further complicated by the constant threat of additional seismic activity, which could destabilize the already precarious environment. Maintaining communication with Webb and Russell was a critical aspect of the rescue effort. Once their location was confirmed, rescuers drilled small boreholes to send down food, water, and other supplies. They also provided the miners with a two-way communication system, allowing them to stay in touch with their families and the rescue teams. Psychological support was equally important. Rescuers and counselors provided Webb and Russell with encouragement and updates on the progress of the rescue. These interactions helped alleviate some of the anxiety and fear that the miners were experiencing, reinforcing their determination to survive. As the rescue operation entered its final stages, the challenges became even more acute. The hardest rock in the mine, known as lode quartz, proved to be exceptionally difficult to drill through. The rescue teams had to proceed with extreme caution, using hand tools to carefully remove the last layers of rock. The delicate nature of this work required precision and patience, as any misstep could trigger another collapse. On May 6, 2006, rescuers managed to break through to within a few meters of the miners. The final days were tense and filled with anticipation. The rescuers worked tirelessly, knowing that they were close to bringing Webb and Russell to safety. On May 9, 2006, after 14 days underground, Brant, Webb, and Todd Russell were finally freed from their underground prison. The moment they emerged from the mine was met with cheers and tears of joy from the assembled crowd of rescuers, family members, and media personnel. The miners were immediately taken to the hospital for medical evaluation and treatment. Their survival was celebrated not only in Australia but around the world. The story of their ordeal and the heroic efforts of the rescuers captured the imagination of people everywhere, serving as a powerful reminder of the resilience of the human spirit and the extraordinary capabilities of rescue teams. In the weeks and months following their rescue, Webb and Russell faced the challenges of recovery and reintegration into normal life. They both underwent extensive medical treatment to address the physical effects of their entrapment, including dehydration and weight loss. Additionally, they received psychological counseling to help them cope with the trauma of their experience. The Beaconsfield mine collapse prompted a thorough investigation and a re-evaluation of mining safety practices in Australia. The incident highlighted the importance of rigorous safety protocols and the need for improved emergency response strategies in the mining industry. Recommendations from the investigation led to significant changes in mining regulations and practices, aimed at preventing similar incidents in the future. Webb and Russell's story has been immortalized in various forms of media, including documentaries, books, and a television movie. The Beaconsfield mine disaster remains a significant event in Australia's mining history, symbolizing both the dangers of mining and the indomitable spirit of those who work in the industry. In the years following their rescue, Webb and Russell have occasionally spoken about their experience, sharing their story with audiences around the world. Their tale is one of survival against the odds, of courage in the face of danger, and of the incredible human capacity for hope and perseverance. Thank you for watching this video. Hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos.